Okay, I love this update. I'm just getting straight to the point. This is awesome. The more I play it, the more I love it. Even first impressions was very good, and I just want to talk about it. It's not perfect, but there's obvious things that are going to be fixed that are blatant lag or bug things that will just be worked out. Other than that, there's very few things I could say that like aren't going to be changed that I want to be changed, you know? So let's go through, start with like the good things. We got difficulty. It's actually a challenging game. You're going to have to work together with your friends, coordinate, move around, and it's hard. Like, when I first played and it was just laggy, I think it seemed easier because the AI were freezing up, but I played just recently with like 4 buddies of mine, or 3 buddies of mine, and I'm actually going to probably post a video where we go raid Citrena, and it was just complicated to the point where like we actually had to play the game, think about it, died a few times trying to go around. It was just great. And then like there was a part where I survived barely and waited for them to come back as reinforcements, and we traded off that way. And you actually have to buy material to be able to beat the base, and it makes sense that you'd have to and be able to gather more material, like kind of where you have an inventory. That's just an awesome setup. There's so many random details I can't even remember them all. Like, you can see when your player buddy is going in his menu, he's like looking down at his gun. You can see whenever someone's like looking up at the sky when they're laying down, there's a smooth animation to turn around on like your back, and it's very cool. The animations in general are good. The UI is amazing, but it takes some getting used to because there just is so much, and UI kind of refers to like menu graphics stuff. And the PvP feel was great. I had fun on that, mainly because I was winning, and I think it was some noobs. But it was fun. And in general, the changes to the maps in PvP and just the amount of changes to the maps in open world is amazing. Way more than enough to make it feel fresh. It's new content fully in plenty of areas. It's very good. I really enjoyed the Citrena raid I did with my buddies, but I think I'm just going to enjoy all of them once I really lock down and doing it just with a few select people. It's a good, fun challenge, and it feels like a game I would just be able to play apart from RGE creation. And I'm very pumped about that. It's very Deadline-esque. If y'all have ever played Deadline, it's a lot like Deadline, but it's different. The open world aspect isn't even a part of Deadline, and the PvP that we are doing is, if you do the PvP mode, that's close range, and so it's foreign to Deadline's gameplay style, but similar feel, just with the guns and the recoil, and I don't know, just that vibe I get from it. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of other good things I'm not thinking at the top of my head right now. There's music that was very good, the sound effects, hearing the helicopter come up and go away. I mean, there's just all sorts of things. I even like that it's going to be difficult to fly the helicopter. Now you're going to have people that are actually designated pilots. There's going to be parts of this game where there's people that are like specialized in that role, and I think that's awesome. The communication you can have too in public servers now is cool if you enjoy doing that sort of thing. The voice chat communication, nice addition. There are some things that I can have as negatives that are obvious, like lag, but that's expected. It'll get better, and just playing with friends after the initial update, already much better. Missed opportunity, I would say, for a cooler, more OG spawn just across the way from where we are spawning right now. Because there's a little bit of like a soldier bunker that if you really gave some detail to it, it just reminded me of the pre-daybreak map. That place that you'd spawn there. I don't know. It's just a cool area. Cool side of that FOB that we have. And another negative is I was noticing PvP cache wasn't coming in. So that's another thing that would be something that needs to just be fixed. But my friends and I were playing PvP and we wouldn't get money as it would come back. Doesn't matter for me, but for people that are still trying to earn cash, it's a problem. So I don't know if that's fixed yet. But also, no reinforcements is weird to me. This is one of the few things that I do have a complaint on. And I don't know if they'll roll it out in the future more, but no reinforcements. So after you attack a base and you clear it out, at least all the ones that I've gone through, there's no reinforcements after you've beaten it. And don't get me wrong, the experience to capture it and the mobile units that come after you and vehicles and the mortars, which are awesome. The mortar system, and you have to like stay moving around, and MGs will spot you, and knife guys will come around to you. It's super dynamic, and it makes you move around. That's all good, but and I can see why maybe, okay, so all their focus is on that, so reinforcement missions don't really happen. But I don't know. That definitely is a cool aspect, I think. The fact that there would always be reinforcements that came in. That was definitely a significant part of BRM before and how open world works. So I don't think I'm a fan of no reinforcements, but yeah. On that same note, there's seems to be a similar theme with what we've kind of had in Resurgence, where you drive around and people spawn in. And although that's fun, like it's another little base for you to attack, it's predictable as soon as you know where they spawn in. You can be mindful of it in the future, like, okay, this is a spot they spawn in sometimes. And so, I think a patrol, like a Humvee going down a road, would be a lot more dynamic. Because if there's already a sort of a program for that, just have that happen like every X amount of minutes. If there's no one nearby, start going down this road until you run into someone. If not, park outside FOB. I don't know, something like that. I don't know, just something that's dynamically moving, so it's not like, oh, they're probably going to spawn in up here. Or else you just figure that out within the first couple weeks of playing. The mines are cool, and I was going to say, one thing that me and my friends tried to do was shoot at the mines to blow them up before we drove through, but that didn't work. So that's a complaint where it's not necessary, but it would be a cool little addition, I think, if you shot those and they would blow up. And it's not necessarily bad, but I'm looking forward to having RGE. Definitely going to be able to make some cool cinematics on this. And I really like the way you can like scroll your gun up and down. It's some good stuff. I'm going to be making tutorials, by the way, on a lot of things for this update. Because another thing people do complain about a lot is figuring stuff out. But that's just natural to a whole new system like this. And so I'll try and do my part, give a couple tutorials. I don't know if I'm qualified to give a helicopter tutorial, because gosh, I'm not good at that. But I'll try. And I'll look at, for sure, I've already figured out how to keybind like the flashlights. And so I can talk about that stuff a little bit. But I find the customization system very cool as well. And that's pretty much it. I'm sure there's other stuff that I'm not thinking of right now. But in general, amazing update. Thank you, devs. Also, thank you for interacting on my stream. And just great work on this. It's super fun. Like, I'm just going to be playing this game for fun. Apart from anything I have to create. I'm just going to be doing it. Open world PvP with friends in general. I mean, like, I noticed that my stream last year where I went over Resurgence happened to also be exactly 6 hours and 30 minutes. And the one I did just today was also, by coincidence, exactly 6 hours and 30 minutes. Not 00 seconds. But that's crazy still, that it ended on the same minute. Yet I have such different memory on how the end of the Resurgence stream, I was like, man, to be honest, I didn't really like that. The terrain was really cool. But it didn't meet my expectations. I didn't really have fun. I was just burnt out and sad and tired about it. But after this one, man, I just took a little break, ate some turkey from Thanksgiving, and I hopped right back on. I played with some friends, and I had a lot of fun. And I was looking forward to it. And it was just like the whole time us genuinely talking about how, like, bro, like, I'm actually really enjoying this again for the first time in a while. Just the base game. We haven't even gotten all their content they're really going to drop about this. That's really good. And you really have to use teamwork to do it. Like, there's a lot of good fruit that can come from this with camaraderie, and it's not going to be as fun if I was just in a public server. So I think it just fosters a good, fun, engaging, immersive game. It's good all around, and I can't really thank the devs more. I wouldn't say it's perfect, and I'm sure some of you guys have complaints you would want to voice more in the comments, so y'all can definitely do that. I want to hear the feedback that's more maybe on the opposite side of me, but I did a poll on my stream. Most people were big yes on this update, so yeah. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and some fun time on this new sort of BRM5 with your friends. That's it. See you guys in the next one.